This is Sue Swanbeck from Sue's Community Corner again, and today we're at the Gallery X. We're looking at all the local artists, and we're going to try to boost some business for them, because there is no such thing as not starving artists, because if you don't come down here and buy their paintings, they're not going to make any money. But I'm going to show you some really awesome works and some people that put some mega time into this. Now, right now we're standing here with Paul Menard, who has the most unique and impressive set of paintings I have ever seen. Me, myself, I draw stick figures. We're going to find out, how did you get started in this?
I first started at the age of probably like 13, 14 in my house, paint by numbers, and then I worked up to acrylic paints and doing pictures from magazines and things like that. And then I went to the Swain School of Design in 1979. I learned how to really paint, and I've been trying to do it ever since. What I do is open air painting.
Exactly what is open air painting for people that don't understand?
Open air painting is something that, I go out to the spot and I paint it on the spot, so it has the air and the freshness and a feeling of life.
So in other words, you're putting your emotions and your feelings inside what you're painting.
Well, I'm trying to capture what nature is teaching me and the types of things. I mean, you see different landscapes and seascapes, and you have certain feelings that come out from that. And when you're trying to paint, you're trying to capture, the types of feelings that you're looking at while you're looking at the painting. This is New Bedford Reservoir, in between, I would imagine it's Freetown, in the late, probably October, mid-October type thing. Just trying to, the lights and the darks were really working that well that day.
We're going to go upstairs and take a look at a couple more artists. Now, artists just isn't painting, it's also drawings and interpreting. We're standing here right now with Striker Jeff, and he's exhibiting some really amazing pieces. There's a sculpture, and it is literally put together and can be interpreted in like 3 or 4 different ways. Now I'm going to try to interpret what I see, but then I want to know what he was thinking about when he put it together. I see people reaching up to become better. That's what I see. They're climbing the ladder to become the representation of the energy that's actually up here. Now, to me, that is one way of putting it. Somebody else could say that they're reaching up towards God, but then again, it depends on your beliefs. What was in your mindset when you were putting this one together?
Well, this piece here was going to have one of my victory men on top, who's a character with his hands up that I use in a lot of paintings. Once I had all these guys put around it, it looked like they were reaching and idolizing him. So instead of them climbing to reach the victory he was at, I changed it at the last minute and put him as the idol, saying, "No, don't idolize me." And it looks like that's what they're doing. So it just struck me at the last minute to change it. So I named it Idol, and yeah, that's it.
I think that's a cool piece. I got one more piece of his. It's also another one of mine. We're going to go take a look at that one. Now, when I was looking at this piece, it's the beauty actually of the blue eye, but yet it's also sadness at the same time, like somebody that's battling to actually come forward. Now, this is what I'm seeing from the picture, but somebody else could see tears of joy. Somebody else could just see somebody that's so focused, their eyes are watering. So what were you thinking about when you were painting this one?
You nailed it right away. The piece is called Pain Upon Me. I tried to paint pain in that picture, and that's what I was looking for, and I think I got it.
I think you got it too. Now, how would somebody get in touch with you if they wanted to purchase one of your paintings? Why don't you tell the audience?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Facebook, Striker Jeff, or My Art by Striker. I have a Facebook page, and all you gotta do is type in My Art by Striker, and you can see like all my artwork. I'm local, I'm from New Bedford. I'm a new member here at Gallery X. I've only been creating art for 4 years, but I'm having a bunch of fun with it.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Art is about interpreting what's inside you for others to see.
Yeah.
Hey, it's very nice to meet you.
Same
Thank
here.
you very much. I hope you
Thank
make a
you.
lot of sales. Okay, right now we're here with Fitz Carmel Lamar. Now, when I came in to find out whether or not I could actually film this, I found this just sitting there. And I found that I could get lost in this. I mean, when you look at this, and I don't know what you were thinking, I think of either a castle or mystical or somebody actually getting lost in a world. It could be so many different things. What were you thinking when you put this together?
Well, actually, it's a reproduction of Van Gogh, Starry Night, which actually I ended up doing as a sample to show somebody the different styles that I could do. And this is something they told me to kind of go after, and I'd never really reproduced one of the master's works before. So at first I thought it was going to be something simple, but then it turned out to be a bit more of a challenge in trying to reproduce something stroke for stroke and really just capturing the movement mainly that goes on in the sky there.
Lost in the mystical realm.
Yeah, where it's kind of swirly. And so I was getting kind of lost in it while I was working on it as well, so I can understand where you were coming from with it. And it was definitely a pleasure to get into something that, you know, is well known and one of the masters is known for doing it, and then trying to reproduce it and learning my own lessons.
Now, what about the piece standing behind you over there?
Okay, so this one was another one I was working on for an art class that I do, and it was more of a happy accident kind of thing, Bob Ross, sort of, especially with the tear that ended up. I was kind of doing some shading under there, and then I almost got rid of it, but then I was like, hold on, there's a little, you know, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, there's something mystical about
I just let it ride there. But I like I just like the joy it gives. It kind of made it easy since there were no eyes, and it was something more for the class that I was trying to keep on the simple side, but also try to get the expressiveness of it.
It's also the 3D effect. When you look at it, it's not flat.
It's not so
3D.
flat. Yes,
it's
yes.
round. The whole thing, it's full and it's open, and that's what I
And then it gives
like
a lot
about
of
this.
joy with, especially the
Yeah.
roundness of that head. Of, you know, it mimics like a little baby or a little kid's head with that extremely. And that was part of the whole motif going in there with a lot of the roundness in it.
Yeah.
And then he's round himself, even the ears on the side and everything. So it was really fun.
Now, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you to purchase one of your paintings, can you tell the audience how to do that?
You can contact me at digitalhippies@hotmail.com, or you can come down to the gallery or call Gallery X, and they'll put you right in contact with me. It's I'm a member here, active member. I gallery sit a lot too, so sometimes you might catch me hanging out here, painting a little bit, or just playing some music and meeting new people.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and I hope all goes well for you today.
Thank you, Con.
We're here now with Mary Ellen Kenny, and she's exhibiting one of her pieces here. Now, I've been walking around talking about the pieces, and to this one, it's like for somebody that's like an animal lover, it's like I'm getting lost in a really amazing piece. Can you tell me about this piece?
Yes, I like to collect weird things and accumulate them over many years. And this piece is called Earth is Crying. Because, you know, some things are broken on here. You can't really tell because it's a piece of art.
Now we're here with another piece, and this piece, I look at it and all I want to do is smile, and I don't know why. Why do I want to smile?
I like to think of putting things together that really don't belong, in a sense. And this one gave me the feeling of being silly. And it's literally called Throw Your Weight Around. Here's the weight. Yeah, you can throw it around.
So the weight literally goes around the entire piece.
You got the glass here is buttons, actually, that are hand carved by someone. They're very old. And I just thought they're absolutely beautiful. This is hand done.
Well, this would be definitely something I'd want to put in my collection. Can you tell me how people will get in touch with you? I mean, these are unique, and that's what people need.
Here at the gallery, it's the first time, well, second time I've been showing some of my work, and at Crunchy Mech, M-E-K, Crunchy Mech at Gmail.
Well, thank you very much. We're going to take a look around at a couple more pieces of art. Well, one of our last stops today happens to be at a good friend of mine's house. He really didn't have most of his favorite pieces there, and from what I've heard, he's been called the New Age Picasso over here. And once we talk about some of his pieces, you're going to find out why he's one of my favorite artists. Dee Mandel is the artist that we'll be talking to right now. And of course, you already know my favorite pieces are already on the first. What inspired you to paint these?
Well, it started one night when I was working at Family Dollar. I had to do some floor cleaning. I brought some paint in, started this little series of paintings here, and then the day just blew up. Done about 30, 40 of them, and probably down to about 10, 15 of them left. I'm getting ready to start a second series of the same style. Hopefully they sell just as well.
Is this something that you picture within your mind, or is it just like it tells a story like an author does? For some reason, you get in front of the canvas and it just talks to you.
Well, it depends. Sometimes it's the brush stroke that changes the whole picture. I see faces all the time, as a normal human person does. It sees faces and everything. So a couple brush strokes, a face comes out, and I just continue painting.
Let's talk about these two pieces over here. Now, these pieces I happen to really like. They're like living and dead at the same time. And again, I'm not really an art critic, but I do find these quite amazing. What inspired you behind these, and what are the names of these pieces?
Being a tattoo artist and right now the hardest thing is the Day of the Dead. It kind of inspired me to do a little bit of the painting scenes. You've seen a lot of the tattoo work come out. I actually have a bigger one that I painted with my left hand when my hand was in a cast. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, she sold. So I'd like to do more of them also in the series because they are tattoo related. I also like to hang some inside my shop.
All right. Now, he doesn't just do the Picassos, although I do recommend these pieces in every size. We also have Toucan over here. What was the inspiration behind the little Toucan guys here?
Not really so much inspiration as I just wanted to get away from, I was doing these little face series and I needed to get away from them for a little bit, only because a couple of them started looking the same, so they were like twins. So I just went in and started doing some bird series, some bugs, butterflies, things like that to get the mind working again.
This particular piece seems like a red. Were you going through a red period, or it was just the way the setting looked to you? What was up with the coloring within this piece?
What started out was just I painted a bunch of backgrounds and I saw a lot of sunsets, early mornings, and it brought me back to days of fishing when I saw a lot of dragonflies out there, and kind of did a dragonfly series. I actually have a series of 6, and that's only one of them at the moment.
Excellent. Now, if somebody would like to purchase some of your pieces, can you tell the audience how someone would get in contact with you?
You can contact me on Facebook, because everybody, of course, uses social media. I have Flying Aces up on Kempton Street. I can have some of my artwork up there also. Very easy to find. A lot of people in the area know me, but if you don't know me, you can get to know me by going to my Facebook page at Dean Mandel, Majndle, and go from there.
Well, thank you very much for your time and allowing me to come into your home. This has been another episode of Suzie's Community Corner.